315. 58, come on. You. You touch 50, touch 50. You got it.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, where the guys on the team were saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, 20. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster. And we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of it, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity line.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. This is Carson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
58, right over there. Yeah.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To the air again. Gone. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
6-6, pull it high.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll toss it out to Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out of perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
24 is the mic. I got wide. 24 is the mic.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike, 58, right there. Cut. Check 4.
14, 14, Bonnie.
Double up. He's coming.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. To throw is gone. Try to lay. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Goal. Past the 20. Right side complete. That's Woods. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, Jerron Brown's got it. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Let's go.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now it's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down. Spot that. You remember me. Let's go, baby.
Wilson will throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Now a toss play. It's Carson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Even. 4 down. Even. Watch 84. He's going. 24 is the mic. All right. Go.
Here's Wilson. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Alert. 58 to Mike. Watch the slant. Switch. Hold up. Check. Fair.
Now it's Wilson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Abukum make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
A 60-yard.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. Now, guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it at midfield. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Los Angeles.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Throwing again is gone. This is caught. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Carson. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Special! I'll go special! Hey, check Mike 50! Mike is a 50! Check Mike!
From the 44, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the shift. Watch the shift.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
Bang out, bang out, bam, bam.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
58, the mic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
14.
Here we go again.
Zebra.
Whip.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson, and it's caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Nick Vannett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Myers connects on the PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Woods, the intended receiver.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Check the backer. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Crunch. 25. Switch gears. Good job right there. Safety creep.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check.
To throw is Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Carson. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
You guys, listen.
Check 99.
Smart that.
Hey, alert 3. Bang.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They run it with Carson, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
On 2nd and a yard, Goff. Open man right side is Cup, complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A pickup of 2 yards. And the Rams.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Goff. Out left, he's got it to Everett. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Gurley's got the first down and then some. And cuts out right sideline. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 6-yard line. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll run here with Henderson, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson with his first career NFL touchdown, and the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 32-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 11 yards there, first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Metcalf once again the target, but now it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Bound to lose one. Kill.
Front it.
Watch twist. Watch safety creep.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Value three. Go.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And Cooks hands it over the middle. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Let's go. 58's the mic. 58.
Here's Wilson to throw. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
58, right over there.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Again, Samson Abukum. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Check.
36 power.
Team. Reload. Team.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
A pass down the middle is fought for and hauled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
20.
Here we go. What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends right. Hey, we got 3 down. 50.
From the 41, Goff. Throw left side, complete to Cup. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11th, torn ACL, out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his 2nd NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
180. We're good.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Value 3. Value 3.
Check 3.
Ric Flair.
15, check 15.
Out of the gun. Goff. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They run again with Carson. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Wilson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Dante Fowler has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, and Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen. Yeah,
they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Gone. Going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
42.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
He goes alive. 180. Shell. Check 24.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
20. Rick Flair.
Los Angeles.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
20.
54. 6 man.
Super one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you? And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Now Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Akeem Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
It's a gain of 6.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again here, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Max 50, Max 50. Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzling me a little bit.
He's letting it fly. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing now, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go. 180, 12.
Here we go.
Hey, Haywood.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. And that's caught left side. It's Woods.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Zerline pulled it. Zerline pulled it. It's no good. Wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Los Angeles, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.